Aloha everyone, this is Brent Husson with Monohome Services. I'm here today to give you some very important information about the coconut rhinoceros beetle. I'm sure you've all seen a lot of it online lately about the destroying of the coconut trees on the North Shore. We've seen it in Waimanalo and we've seen it on the west side as well. As arborists and as a tree service company for over 20 years, these iconic trees would be devastating to lose. Not only are they beautiful and they represent Hawaii, not only critical to the ecosystem, but they're also critical to business. The fruits of the tree are used in almost in limitless products. So I think it's really important that as a company, we come together and try to figure out a way to fix this problem. We've been hearing a lot of the awareness online, which is great. And we really are thankful to the folks that have brought this to people's minds. But we feel it's our duty as arborists to try to mitigate the problem or stop them in their tracks if we can. So here's what we think we can do to get a handle on this situation and do it quickly. Number one, information. All homeowners out there that have coconut trees need to know what they can do to stop them on their property. If you have an infestation, you have to get rid of that tree. And I know that's hard and it might be a little bit expensive too, but if you do not remove these trees, they use the trees to develop their larvae and the new beetles then move on to other trees. And so the infestation will only continue. So if you have an infestation on your yard, the tree must be removed. So to find out if you do have an infestation, you can visually inspect your tree. If you look up at the fronds at the top and you see any that are snapped or dying that aren't at the bottom of the ring, that are at the top of the ring, then you absolutely have an infestation. You can also look for burrowing holes in the bark or the trunk. If you're unsure about what you're seeing, then absolutely call Monohome Services and we're happy to come out and give you a free estimate to look at whether or not you have an infestation, and if you do, what can be done. Now, an infestation could be in just the fronds or in a small part of the trunk. In those cases, it might be possible just to remove those localized infestations and save your tree. However, in most cases, if the beetle's already in the tree will not be able to make it and we'll have to remove it. In which case we'll give you an estimate for that and take it out for you and make sure that it's not a breeding ground for new larvae. Now secondarily, what we want to do is repel the beetle from healthy trees. Healthy trees are not a problem as long as they are kept healthy, and the way to keep them healthy, the best way we think, is to use neem oil. Now there are a lot of people might recommend insecticides or pesticides. We try to shy away from those because they can be harmful to the soil and to other species in the environment or in the ecosystem. The reason we use neem oil is because it's an organic solution. It comes from the nut of the neem tree, so it's completely natural. The way we harvest it and manufacture it, though, it does come in a concentrate form. So we want to make sure that everybody understands if they're going to use neem oil to read the manufacturer's specifications very clearly and carefully so that you apply it in the right dilution. That's important. If it's overly concentrated, it can harm the plants that it's on. But if you dilute it correctly, it'll only have an impact on the beetle, and it won't have an impact on the other species that are around the ecosystem or on the plants themselves. So why do we use neem oil? Number one, because it's organic, and number two, because it repels the coconut rhinoceros beetle. Now, it is not a guarantee and it's not 100%. And one of the main reasons it's not 100% is because it's organic. When it rains, it can wash away the neem oil, and when we wash away the neem oil, the beetle could then find a place to live. However, if we use constant repetitive application of the neem oil on the trees that are around the areas where we've seen infestations, then I believe that we can mitigate the destruction that these beetles are causing, because they won't find a place to nest, they won't find a place to produce their larvae, and then they won't be able to replicate. Now, the other thing that we need to make sure that we're doing as responsible landscape industry partners, not just our company, but every company on the island, is if you have mulch piles, and not just companies, but individual homeowners and farm owners, if you have mulch piles, that's where the larvae tend to thrive. And so constantly turning over your mulch and spraying that with neem oil is important as well. It interrupts their breeding and it interrupts the development of the larvae so that they can't produce and then fly out into the palm trees. So we have developed a product using this neem oil, and we've done it in a way where you won't have to climb the tree every time you need to apply it. Unfortunately, up until now, that's the only way to do it. And as you can imagine, climbing the tree every time gets very expensive for the homeowner. So we've developed a product that you can attach to the tree that you can spray the fronds at the top of the tree without ever having to climb it again. It's just a one-time charge to come out and affix the product to the tree, and then after that you can apply it any day, anytime. So those are two ways that we think we can help mitigate and stall the advancement of this beetle, and hopefully even eradicate it if we do it at scale. Now, we're not the only company on the island that can remove palm trees. We recommend that you call any tree service company to get that done, but we would love to do it for you too. We're not the only company that can spray neem oil. Any landscape company should be able to do that for you. But we do believe we're the only company that has the product that can allow you to spray the neem oil from the ground anytime you need to ensure that you have constant and full application. Please give us a call at 808-562-4299. You can also go to www.manahomeservices.com for more information. Mahalo everybody for watching this video. We will get this taken care of together as a community. We have some solutions. We just need to start acting on them.